Good morning, students. This is your subject teacher, Neelam. And today we'll be talking about another important topic, which is called codominance. Codominance. You know, we've heard two more words, co-ed education. Think about it. Have you heard? Yes. So it is something similar in meaning to that. Now let's start our topic. Now before we start, everybody should have your notebook and pens ready so that you can easily understand and copy, or you can write the important points. So let's start, the students, our topic. Now before we define what is codominance, let's take an example. Okay. Now just look at this example. We are taking a white camellia and we are crossing it with red camellia, right? The flower is white and the flower is red. Now when these two are crossed with each other, we observe that the F1 generation has both the characteristics of both the parents. Somewhere the plant petals are white and somewhere the plant petals are red. So if we look at the first generation, the F1 generation, as per the Mendel's language, so we can say that in F1 generation, the characters of both the parents are expressed, or F1 generation resembles both the parents. Isn't it? Yes. Now if you remember, yesterday we've talked about incomplete dominance. What happens in incomplete dominance? Do you remember the example? The example of red and white flower. Remember? Same example, similar example rather, but there we had a pink flower. Right? We had pink flowers. Isn't it? And in case of complete dominance, if you remember the example of tall and dwarf, if we cross the tall and dwarf, if you remember tall and dwarf, which characteristic is expressed in F1 generation? Yes, only the tall characteristic. That is, all the plants, they are tall, right? So in complete dominance, only one of the characters is explained. Or you can say F1 generation only resembles the one parent. In incomplete dominance, there is blending of inheritance. Right? But in case of complete codominance, the F1 generation resembles both the parents. Right? In this example you can see it is white also, it is pink also. So in codominance, both are equally expressed. So co means together. Both the characteristics are equally dominant, or you can say they are equal in their expression. Right? Let's define codominance now. So codominance occurs when two heterozygous alleles are fully expressed. Means alleles are in which condition? Heterozygous condition. Do you remember what is heterozygous condition? Yes, when both the members of the gene pair are not same. Like we're talking about capital T, small t, remember? This is a heterozygous condition. So here, both the members, both alleles, and they are in heterozygous condition, and both will be expressed completely. Right? So there is no partial expression, there is complete expression. Secondly, neither allele can dominate. They both show up and they do not blend with each other. Means both will be equally expressed. Neither of them will be dominant. The expression will be equal. Both will be expressed in the same proportion. Okay? And there is no blending of inheritance. There is no blending. So we can say co means together. So both the alleles they show up together. So we can define codominance as, or it occurs when two heterozygous alleles are fully expressed in F1 generation. Both are fully expressed in F1 generation. I hope this definition is clear to everybody. Okay, let's take another example. A very famous example we'll talk about. Okay, you've heard about blood groups? Yes, there are different systems of blood groups. The very famous system is of ABO blood group type. Now this ABO blood group type is controlled by a single gene, that is I. Okay? Blood group ABO is controlled by which gene? I gene. And this gene has 3 alleles. How many alleles? 3 alleles. One is IA, second is IB, and third is I, small I. Okay? So ABO blood group is controlled by gene I, and this gene I has 3 alleles, IA, IB, and I. Now let's compare these 3 alleles. Now generally in case of Mendelian characters, if you remember, how many alleles are there in a gene? Yes, everyone, I'm waiting for your answer. How many alleles are present in a gene? There are only 2 alleles. How many? 2. Like we've talked about in case of tall and dwarf, you have either TT. There are 2 alleles that will make up a gene. Remember? Yes. But here how many? How many alleles are present in a gene? 3 alleles are present in a gene. Okay? Now here, this IA is dominant over the I. IB is also dominant over the I. But IA and IB both are co-dominant with each other. Right? So in case of IA and IB, they both are dominant over the I, but IA and IB both are co-dominant. They are equally expressed when they are present together. Okay? And human beings, what type of organisms are human beings? Are they haploid or diploid? Correct. They are diploid organisms. So human beings are diploid organisms, and only 2 alleles can be present at one point of the time. Means, if I talk about myself, out of these 3, only 2 will be present. So every individual will have any 2 of these 3. These 3 will not be present together, only 2 will be present together. Okay? It could be IA and I, it could be IB and I, it could be IA and B, or something else. But out of these, only 2 will be present in an organism. Now, IA produces a sugar. If IA is present, it will produce a sugar. IB is present, it will again present a sugar. But both the sugars, they are different from each other. So IA and IB produces different sugars, but IB does not produce any sugar at all. So if it is present, it does not present any sugar. Okay, let's see. Now these sugars, they are expressed on on the membrane of RBC. They are present on the membrane of RBC. Just look at this. I've drawn an RBC for you. Now RBC is there. Just look at very carefully. On the surface of the RBC, this sugar will be present. Okay? Right? This sugar will be present on the surface of the RBC. Now, depending upon which type of sugar is present, we will have that type of blood group. Right? Let's talk about the different types. If we have a blood group A, so we will have A type of sugar which will be expressed on the surface of the RBC. If we have B type of blood group, B will be expressed on the surface of the RBC. Okay? And if we have AB type of blood group, then A and B both will be expressed on the surface of the RBC. Okay? But if we have I type of blood group, then since I does not produce any of the sugars, so there is no sugar present on the surface of RBC. Right? Let's look at again. If we have A type of blood group, A sugar will be expressed on the surface of the RBC. If you have B, B will be expressed on the surface of RBC. If AB is there, both will be expressed on the surface of RBC. This is an example of codominance, where A and B both are equally present on the surface of the RBC, and your blood group will be AB. But in case of blood group I, there will be no sugar present on the surface. So on this basis, we can say we have 4 types of blood groups: blood group A, blood group B, blood group AB, and blood group I. Okay? And this AB is an example of, blood group AB is an example of codominance, the best example that can fit here. I hope you've understood. Let's go to the next slide. The possibilities of the alleles that can be present in the child, or when you have a particular type of blood group. See, you can have A blood group. There are 2 possibilities of A blood group. Right? When the first parent will give you see, we are diploid organisms, and the gene is having 2 members, 2 alleles. So one allele will be coming from one parent. Okay? So if we have a blood group A, then means there are 2 possibilities of the blood group A. One is, it is getting IA from one parent and IA from the another parent. And second could be, it is getting IA from one parent and I from the another parent. This is a possibility of blood group A. So A can have 2 possibilities. Clear? A can have 2 possibilities. Is it clear, everyone? Yes. Similarly, B will also have 2 possibilities. If you have a blood group B, then there are two possibilities. One, IB and by B. One you will get it from one parent, another you will get from the another parent. Or the possibility could be IB and I. So how many total possibilities of blood group B? Two possibilities. How many of blood group A? Two possibilities. Right? So so far we talked about 4 possibilities in total. Okay? So we have 2 possibilities of blood group B and 2 possibilities of blood group A. Let's talk about the next possibility when we have blood group AB. If we have blood group AB, this means one allele will be of A and one allele will be of B. Minimum, right? So you will have IA and IB. Can we have another possibility? No. This is the only possibility in case of blood group AB, that will have one IA from one parent and one IB from one parent. Only then the child or the offspring can have the blood group AB. So one possibility of AB blood group, right? 2 possibilities of A, 2 possibilities of B, 1 possibility of AB. Okay? Now we are left with the last blood group, last possibility, that is, if a child has O blood group. So O blood group will have the composition II. Okay? Because if IA is present or IB is present, again sugar will be expressed and the blood group will change. And this O is recessive to all the blood groups. So this one I will be coming from one parent, second I will be coming from the second parent. So this is first parent and this is from the second parent. Sorry, first parent. So one I will be getting from the first parent, second I will be getting from the second parent. Do we have another possibility? No. So there is one possibility of O, right? So in total, we have 4 blood groups and there are 6 combinations possible. How many combinations? 6 combinations possible. Okay? Are we clear with this? Very good. And this AB blood group is codominant, an example of codominant. Clear? Very good. Let's move to your homework for today. What will be your homework for today? So your homework is first, prepare notes of this topic. Is it clear? And second, you got to read 2 page numbers from the book, that is 77 to 78. You will read these 2 page numbers, okay? And I'm sending you a few very important questions that have been asked in the board from this topic. Okay, dear students? So third homework is you got to solve the board questions. And then you will send me the PDF. Sorry, the photo of your homework to my personal number. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do comment on the video. Students, I am waiting for you. Okay everyone, bye.